Your Subaru's AC isn't blowing cold. It was fine last week. Nothing happened to it. No accidents, no obvious damage, no warning lights. It just stopped doing its job. You're dreading the diagnosis. You're already calculating how much a refrigerant recharge costs at the shop, how much a compressor replacement runs, whether this is going to be a $200 problem or a $2,000 problem, before you call the dealer, before you drive to the shop, before you spend a single dollar on diagnosis or repair. There's a 2-minute reset procedure that resolves a significant percentage of Subaru AC problems completely. No tools, no refrigerant, no mechanic. 2 minutes in your driveway. Here's why this works. Modern Subaru climate control systems are computer controlled. The AC compressor, the blend doors that mix hot and cold air, the fan speed control, the recirculation flap, all of it is managed by a climate control module that runs its own software. Like any computer-controlled system, this module can develop calibration errors, memory corruptions, and stuck states that cause it to behave incorrectly, even when every physical component is perfectly functional. The AC compressor might be fine, the refrigerant level might be correct, the condenser might be clean, but the climate control module is stuck in a state that's preventing the system from operating properly. The reset procedure clears that stuck state and forces the module to reinitialize from a clean starting point. I've seen this resolve AC problems on Subarus, where the owner was quoted $800 to $1,500 for compressor replacement or refrigerant system diagnosis. The actual fix took 2 minutes and cost nothing. This doesn't work for every AC problem, but it works for enough of them that it should always be the first thing you try before spending money on anything else. Today I'm walking you through the complete reset procedure, the supporting steps that maximize its effectiveness, what it fixes and what it doesn't, and how to diagnose what's actually wrong if the reset doesn't solve your specific problem. Let's get into it. Why Subaru AC systems develop these problems. Before the procedure, understand why this happens, because it helps you know when the reset is likely to work versus when you have a physical problem that needs actual repair. The climate control module. Every 2010 and newer Subaru uses an electronic climate control module to manage the entire HVAC system. This module controls compressor clutch engagement and cycling, blend door positions, determining hot/cold mix ratio, recirculation versus fresh air flap position, blower fan speed and distribution, defrost functions, temperature sensor readings, and compensation. This module runs continuously whenever the ignition is on. It stores calibration data, learned positions for the blend doors, and operating state in non-volatile memory. How corrupted states develop. Battery disconnection events reset the module's memory, but not always cleanly. When power is interrupted suddenly, the module may save a partially written memory state that puts it in an incorrect operating condition. Voltage spikes from jump starting, alternator irregularities, or even certain aftermarket accessories can write corrupted data to the module memory. Extended periods of non-use, particularly over winter when the AC isn't run, can allow the blend door calibration to drift. The module thinks the door is at position X when it's actually at position Y, causing incorrect temperature mixing. Software glitches within the module itself, triggered by unusual operating conditions or sensor readings outside expected parameters, can lock the module into a fault state. In all of these cases, the physical hardware is completely fine. The compressor works. The refrigerant is at the correct charge. The problem is entirely in the software state of the control module. A reset clears that state and forces a clean reinitialization. What this reset fixes. Before you invest 2 minutes in this procedure, know what it typically resolves. AC blowing warm air despite correct refrigerant charge and functional compressor. AC working intermittently, cold sometimes and warm other times without any apparent pattern. Climate control system stuck on a specific setting it won't change from. Blend doors not responding correctly to temperature adjustments, such as the system blowing warm when set to cold or cold when set to heat. fan speed not matching the selected setting, recirculation not engaging or disengaging when commanded, temperature display showing incorrect readings or behaving erratically, AC that worked fine, then stopped after a battery replacement or jump-start event. These are all software or calibration issues that a full reset resolves in the majority of cases. What this reset does not fix. The reset is not a miracle cure. There are physical problems it cannot address. Low refrigerant charge from a leak in the system. If your system has lost refrigerant, the reset won't add it back. Failed AC compressor. If the compressor clutch has burned out or the compressor has seized internally, the reset won't fix it. Clogged or failed condenser. If the condenser is blocked with debris or has developed a leak, software can't compensate. Failed blend door actuator motor. If the physical motor that moves the blend door has failed mechanically, calibration reset can't move a motor that doesn't work. Failed blower motor. If the fan itself has failed, no software fix restores it. Refrigerant system contamination. If moisture or air has entered the refrigerant circuit, a reset doesn't address it. The pattern that suggests a reset will work. The AC was functioning correctly, then stopped suddenly without any obvious physical event, or started behaving erratically and inconsistently. The pattern that suggests a physical problem. Gradual decline in cooling performance over weeks or months. Refrigerant leak. AC that's completely dead with no response from any controls. Electrical failure. Loud clicking or grinding from the compressor area. Mechanical failure. The 2-minute reset procedure. Here's the complete procedure. Follow every step in order. Step 1. Start with everything off. Park the vehicle in a safe location. Turn off the engine. Remove the key from the ignition or ensure the start/stop button is fully off. Wait 60 seconds with everything off before proceeding. Step 2. Disconnect the battery negative terminal. Open the hood. Locate the battery negative terminal, marked with a minus sign and typically connected with a black cable. Using a 10mm wrench or socket, the most common size on Subaru batteries, loosen the clamp bolt and remove the negative cable from the battery terminal. Do not disconnect the positive terminal. Negative only. Step 3. Wait 15 full minutes. This is the most important step and the one most people rush. 15 minutes, not 5, not 2. The climate control module, like all modern automotive control modules, has capacitors that maintain charge even after battery disconnection. These capacitors keep the module's memory alive for several minutes after power loss. Only after the capacitors have fully discharged, which takes approximately 10 to 15 minutes depending on ambient temperature and the specific module, does the memory fully clear. Rushing this step means the module retains its corrupted state even after reconnection, and the reset accomplishes nothing. While you wait, press the brake pedal and hold it for 10 seconds. This helps drain residual electrical charge from the vehicle systems faster. Step 4. Reconnect the negative terminal. After the full 15-minute wait, reconnect the battery negative terminal. Tighten the clamp bolt firmly. Step 5. The initialization sequence. This step is critical, and most guides skip it entirely. The initialization sequence tells the climate control module to recalibrate its blend doors and sensors before you attempt to use the AC. Turn the ignition to the on position. Do not start the engine yet. Wait 30 seconds. You may hear faint clicking or movement from behind the dashboard as the blend door actuators run through their calibration cycle. This is normal and expected. Now start the engine. Step 6. Run the climate control calibration. With the engine running and idling, do the following in sequence. Turn the climate control system completely off using the power button. Wait 5 seconds. Set the temperature to maximum cold, lowest available temperature setting. Set the fan to maximum speed. Press the AC button to enable the compressor. Press the recirculation button to enable recirculated air. Wait 2 full minutes with the system running in these settings. During this time, the module is relearning the positions of all blend doors, recalibrating temperature sensors, and verifying compressor operation from a clean initialized state. Before we continue, AC system health is closely connected to overall electrical system health, which depends on a well-maintained battery and alternator. I've documented how these systems interconnect and how to maintain all of them in the 500,000-mile car maintenance blueprint, link in the description. Step 7. Test the system. After the 2-minute calibration run, adjust the temperature from maximum cold to maximum hot and back to cold again. This tests whether the blend door is now responding correctly across its full range. Point the vents toward your face and feel the output air temperature. A successful reset produces noticeably colder air than before, often within this first test cycle. If the air is now cold, the reset worked. The problem was a software state or calibration error. Drive normally and monitor for recurrence. If the air is still warm, the reset didn't resolve the issue, which means you likely have a physical problem rather than a software problem. Continue to the diagnostic section below. Supplemental reset, the fuse pull method. On some Subaru models, particularly 2015 and newer, with the more sophisticated Starlink climate control integration, the battery disconnect alone doesn't fully reset the climate control module because it has a separate memory backup circuit. If the battery disconnect reset didn't work, try this supplemental approach. Step 1. With the ignition off, locate the interior fuse panel, typically on the driver's side, behind a small cover panel near the left knee. Step 2. Using your owner's manual fuse diagram, locate the fuse labeled HVAC, AC, or climate control. On most 2015 plus models, this is a 7.5 amp or 10 amp fuse. Step 3. Pull that fuse and leave it out for 5 minutes. Step 4. Reinsert the fuse. Step 5. Run the initialization sequence from Step 5 above. This method cuts power specifically to the climate control module without affecting other vehicle systems, sometimes producing a more complete reset than the battery disconnect method on certain model years. If the reset doesn't work, quick diagnosis. If neither reset method restores cold air, here's how to quickly narrow down the physical problem before calling a shop. Check 1. Is the compressor clutch engaging? With the AC turned on, look at the AC compressor pulley, located on the front of the engine, driven by the serpentine belt. The outer pulley ring spins whenever the engine runs. When the AC is on and working, the center clutch disc should also spin, engaged to the pulley. If the center disc is not spinning when AC is commanded on, the compressor clutch is not engaging. Causes include low refrigerant, a pressure switch prevents compressor engagement to protect it, failed clutch coil, or failed relay. Check 2. The AC relay. In the engine bay fuse box, locate the AC compressor relay using your owner's manual diagram. Swap it with an identical relay from a non-critical circuit and test. A failed relay is a $10 to $15 fix. Check 3. Condenser blockage. Look through the front grille at the AC condenser, the radiator-looking component in front of the actual radiator. If it's heavily packed with bugs, leaves, or debris, airflow restriction prevents adequate heat rejection, and the system can't produce cold air. A garden hose rinsed through the grille, spraying from inside the engine bay outward, can restore adequate airflow if blockage is the issue. Check 4. The recirculation test. Turn the recirculation button on and set everything to maximum cold. Recirculated air is already cooler than outside air on a hot day, which means the system has less work to do and will produce colder output if it's marginally functional. If you get noticeably colder air on recirculation versus fresh air, your system has marginal refrigerant charge and needs a recharge rather than a reset. Preventing this problem. Once you've resolved your AC issue, here's how to prevent recurrence. Run the AC for at least 5 minutes every 2 to 3 weeks, year-round, even in winter. This circulates refrigerant oil through the compressor and seals, preventing seal drying that causes slow refrigerant leaks. Run the AC on defrost mode in winter. The defroster automatically activates the AC compressor on most Subarus, satisfying this requirement without intentional effort. After any battery service, replacement, or jump start, run the climate control initialization sequence from step 5 above proactively before problems develop. Have refrigerant charge verified every 3 to 4 years. Modern AC systems lose a small amount of refrigerant over time through normal permeation of hoses and seal. Keeping the charge correct prevents low-pressure cutout events and the blend of symptoms they cause. The bottom line: your Subaru's AC stopped working. Before spending money on diagnosis or repair, try the 2-minute reset. Disconnect the battery negative terminal. Wait a full 15 minutes, pressing the brake pedal for 10 seconds during the wait. Reconnect the terminal. Run the initialization sequence. Ignition on for 30 seconds before starting, then engine on. Run climate control calibration. Max cold, max fan, AC on, recirculation on. Wait 2 minutes. If that doesn't work, try the fuse pull method on the HVAC fuse for 5 minutes followed by the same initialization. This resolves a significant percentage of Subaru AC problems that would otherwise result in unnecessary shop visits and diagnostic fees. If neither method works, you have a physical problem. Check the compressor clutch engagement, the AC relay, condenser blockage, and refrigerant charge level before authorizing any major repairs. The 2 minutes this costs you is the cheapest possible first step before spending hundreds or thousands on a problem that might not exist. And for the complete guide to maintaining every system on your Subaru, including electrical, cooling, and climate control, check out the 500,000-mile car maintenance blueprint in the description. If you found this video helpful, be sure to watch this next video as we're sharing insider tips to help you cut repair costs and keep your car running like new.